Many of our weather watchers at Fox 2 have their own home weather stations. Most of them are not terribly elaborate. They're just the thermometer you can pick up off the store shelf at any of the big chain stores around town. But some of you do have the more sophisticated home weather stations. The problem with getting those, they can tend to be a little pricey and they are cost prohibitive. Well, Davis Weather Instruments is unveiling, or has recently unveiled, a new weather station that's somewhat cheaper and maybe in more people's price ranges. And to talk more about that, I'm going to turn it over to John Utecht. He's a distributor for Davis Instruments here in Oklahoma.
Hi, I'm John Utecht from a company in north central Oklahoma called WeatherLab. And what WeatherLab does is sell all kinds of different weather equipment. We also do severe storm spotter training. But one of the pieces of weather equipment that we want to talk about is what we have to my left here. And this is called the Davis Vantage View. It's the latest product from Davis Weather Instruments. And what this does is it has all the weather instruments into one convenient package. And we'll take a look up here at the top, and we've got our anemometer with the wind cups. And for those of you that are not familiar with weather stations, this would give you your wind speed. And the software will also give you wind gusts, the highest wind gust, etc., etc. And we can also look at the inside of all of this, and inside this is a temperature humidity sensor that will give you your temperature, your humidity, your dew point, high temperature, low temperature of the day. And with the solar panel, that way you don't have to change batteries every month, nor do you have to have it hooked up to an electrical outlet outside. It transmits wirelessly for almost 1,000 feet. Something else that is also really nice about this weather station is you'll see this little round cup up here. This is actually the rain gauge, and inside is a tipping rain spoon that will actually measure the rain, and then when the rain is ready to be dumped, the spoon automatically dumps all of that rain out. So there's no fuss, no muss, it just does it all by itself. Now, behind me is another Davis weather instrument, and this is called the Davis Vantage Pro 2. This is more of your higher end weather station for people who are really into meteorology and accurate weather readings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what this will actually do is this part with the anemometer can actually be separated from the main body of the weather station and can be put up to around an altitude of around 30 feet, or meteorologists like to call it 10 meters. Meanwhile, the rest of this aperture can be maintained at around 6 feet or 2 meters. And a lot of people that are into meteorology know that that is the standard National Weather Service protocol for locations for these types of instruments. This big black thing, a lot of people go, wow, what is this? This is actually the rain bucket, a much larger version than what we just saw on Vantage View. Now what I'm going to do now is show you the actual workings of this. This is so neat, and a lot of people don't get to see this. So I'm going to go ahead and separate this now. Here we go. This is known as the tipping rain bucket. And what basically goes on is water comes out of that big black bucket into this. It fills it up and tips it over. And every time it crosses over, it measures 1/100th of an inch of rain. Now it can also be set to metric. So this is a very versatile weather station. Now if you notice down here, the camera's looking right in here. What that does is the water empties out, goes right through this screen and onto the ground. Once again, it self-empties itself. No fuss, no muss. And this also transmits at around 1,000 feet wirelessly. You don't have to hook it up to any electricity outside. You can stick it wherever you want to, and bang, you're getting weather information on the inside of the house. So this is great. A lot of emergency managers across the country have chosen Davis Weather Instruments to be their main weather instrument for their city or county. One other thing I want to show you is right down here, and we'll move this rain bucket over so you can see the Davis console. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the wind cups moving here, and you can see the instant wind speed that is reading off of this display. And when the camera zooms out, you'll be able to see all the different types of readings that you can get from Davis Weather Instruments. This also has a backlight, so you can see everything at night or if it's dark in the room. So it's very, very convenient, and this, of course, can be placed anywhere in the house or at the office or the EOC, and because of the wireless technology, you can get weather readings everywhere in the house or office. Davis has put a lot of work into this, and Weather Lab out of Blackwell, Oklahoma is proud to be a Davis representative. So here we are, the National Severe Weather Workshop for Weather Lab and Davis Weather Instruments. I'm John Utecht.